good morning, everyone. I'm Frank Robertson.
And I'm Kathy Fountain, and welcome to Front Row Tampa Bay. We are live here at Stageworks in Channelside, and for the next 4 days, we're going to be showcasing Tampa Bay for the entire world to show why Tampa Bay is such a great place to live and work and play, right?
Absolutely. Every day we'll be featuring stories from technology, healthy communities, business and entrepreneurs, and marine and environmental sciences. The best Tampa Bay has to offer in a business environment.
And in addition, we're going to be bringing you really unique stories that showcase our very special Florida lifestyle.
This special live streaming broadcast is being presented by the Tampa Bay Partnership. That's an 8-county regional economic development organization. And our center stage sponsor today is Hill and Knowlton.
Now, we have an entire team of reporters joining us who are going to be helping us tell Tampa Bay's story this week, all this week, and they'll be showing you the fun side of our community. You'll have a front row seat to go along as we explore unique outdoor adventures and the arts and culture of our region, and really the big part, the excitement of the nightlife of this year's RNC.
So, what's in the headlines this morning?
Oh my gosh, so much is going on.
We all know the RNC was supposed to start today. The weather delayed that, so it gets into full swing tomorrow. The weather actually this morning isn't too bad here in Tampa.
Pretty great out there.
Unfortunately, our friends to the west and northwest are bracing for the wrath of the hurricane if it becomes a hurricane, and it's scheduled to do that in the next couple days. So what's going on here? Well, the climate in downtown Tampa is not your typical day. And it has been for several days.
No, I mean, it's a very toned down environment. People are you can tell people are getting ready for something. But we've gotten the notice of newspapers all across the country.
The LA Times reporting today that Tampa is undoubtedly the safest place in the country, if not the world right now.
Right.
We have more police officers, you can imagine, 3,500 to 4,000 of them from 60 different agencies. We've been saying we'd be prepping for this show for a couple days, and we've been driving through the downtown streets, some of which are closed for security reasons. And I have covered conventions in the past, Kathy, like in 1984, 1992,
right.
and the environment was wide open. The reality is this is the post 9/11 world, and the security is necessary, but it's reassuring to know we are the safest place anywhere in the country right now.
But for the media to say, go there and you will be totally safe in Tampa, Florida, little low-lying Tampa, Florida, quiet, let me tell you, that's a very cool thing.
It's reassuring to know. The other story is Republican National Convention and Democrat National Convention, either way, either party, it's not only this year we're talking about, but you're going to have people speaking who, in fact, will be setting the stage for perhaps 4 years from now.
Oh, absolutely.
And that depends largely on how this election turns out. But, for example, in years past, we can go back to 1976, 36 years ago. Yes.
Oh, I guess so.
Of course, Gerald Ford was nominated, but Ronald Reagan challenged him, and Ronald Reagan spoke at the convention, and then 4 years later, he is the nominee who defeats Jimmy Carter.
And any time somebody gets up on the stage at a convention, it's a potential to make them a star. I mean, it puts them in the spotlight in a way, and the public's consciousness in a way that they have never been seen before. I mean, it's the stage, it's the world stage for some of these people.
Absolutely. You can go to 1988, Bill Clinton spoke. When Michael Dukakis was nominated.
That's right.
And he went on and on and on to the point, we saw a clip of it yesterday on Network News Show. And when he finally said, and finally,
yay! Stop talking.
with great relief. And
then he was the nominee.
4 years later, he's the nominee and wins the presidency.
Right.
And then in 2004, Barack Obama spoke, and that was his first national spotlight at that convention. Of course, he won the election in 2008. So it's going to be interesting to see the lineup of speakers this week and who makes a splash. So we'll see how that goes.
And you know, the media sometimes can play a little bit of an adversarial role in terms of watching what we do. We used to be in the media, so we can say. But I think it's pretty cool that the local media, big boost in Bob Trago's column this morning in the Tampa Bay Times, talking about, yes, there are challenges to putting this on, and not clear what the benefit will be, probably a huge economic benefit, but he says what a great thing he has witnessed just putting this whole convention together in terms of the community, the regionalism coming together. Let me read you what he said. He said, I have witnessed here in the months leading up to the RNC a level of civic and business excitement I have not seen in my 20-plus years of reporting here. Pretty strong statement. Economic development groups, chambers of commerce, technology advocates, university leaders, students, CEOs, and many inspired individuals have all rallied to try and tell a bigger world, briefly focused here around the RNC, that today's Tampa Bay story has more on the ball than many people think. I mean, basically what he's saying is we have a story to tell, and the local media is now saying, let's take advantage of it. And by the way, all those leaders he was talking about in that article in the column today, we're going to have all of them on this program.
Well, that's what we're doing here.
Exactly, telling the story.
Why don't you grab the front page?
Ah, fabulous. Look at this.
Now, I'm sure there was business done here, but it looks like a good time to me. Yeah, so the Rays, almost unprecedented. It's been a long time since a Major League club did not play on a Sunday other than for weather reasons or whatever. So the Rays vacated the Dome, the Trop, so that they could have a party there. And by all accounts, it was a great one. We saw Shannon McGrain, who was on American Idol, of course, our local Tampa girl, sang last night. And in fact, they sent a text to her dad, hey, I just saw Shannon on the news. So she was one of the performers last night. And it looked like the field was just covered with people having a great time down there. And in fact, I think we possibly might have some
we might have some coverage. Yeah. Somebody maybe was there from the front row Tampa Bay team.
Yeah. We're going to introduce the first member of our team, and he really has a tough job. He has to go out to all these parties and stuff, all the fun stuff that you're not normally going to find in the morning headlines. He's done it all, hasn't he? He's been a morning show host.
Comedy, radio.
Game show host.
Game show host. Yeah. Funny guy, funny guy. Let's bring him out. Dave Azer, come on out.
Come on, Dave.
Hey, Dave. Are you dragging yourself in here, Dave?
It's after day one. I'm exhausted already. Yeah, it's hard work.
Give us your bio just briefly. You've done a lot of stuff. You're from the New York area originally, but you grew up in Lauderdale, basically.
Correct. Yeah. Correct. Yeah, I've been fortunate to work a lot in a lot of really great markets. I hosted a game show on Nickelodeon for many years.
Right.
Slime Time Live, which was a lot of fun.
Slime Time Live.
I actually can tell you what slime is made of, but it's actually kind of top secret.
Do we want to know?
It's fine. It's edible. It's totally fine. Yeah, I've been slimed hundreds of times, so trust me, it's fine. Yeah,
but not last night. No slime.
No, it was a slime-free evening last night.
Good.
Yeah. Yes. Some people that you might say a
were
little slimy,
yeah.
But it was all in all slime-free evening.
So how did you end up here at the RNC?
Well, I got lucky. You know, I just from working in Florida for as long as I have, I know some great people, and they called and asked me. They said, listen, Dave, will you come to Tampa Bay and just party for 4 days? And I said, yes, I will. Okay.
Tough job, somebody has to do it.
Fine, I'll do it. So,
yeah. Well, it's interesting. It was networking that led you here, and that's kind of what we're talking about here today, too. Right.
Yeah, and there's so much of that going on. I heard you guys mention last night in Tropicana Field, and I was there.
Right.
And it is a networking event. I mean, it's everybody just shaking hands and meeting people. Such a fun event.
Well, why don't you, and you hit another party as well, right?
We did, of course. Well, you got to go to the after party. If you're going to go to a party, you have to go to the after party. What are they paying me for? One party a night? No.
Convention? What convention?
Right, exactly.
Just go out afterwards.
Yeah, just
You're looking a little tired there.
I'm dragging a little, thank you very much. But 4 cups of coffee, I'm good to go.
So show us what you brought back.
Okay, well, we started off at Tropicana Field, home of the Rays, which, as a guy who loves baseball, I mean, what a cool thing to be on a Major League Baseball field. But we had some fun. We met some interesting people. Check it out.
What's cooler than hanging out on a Major League Baseball field? How about hanging out on that field with thousands of your closest friends? We hopped the bay and made it to St. Pete. We're here at Tropicana Field, home of the Tampa Bay Rays, where tonight the party has begun. So let's get our party on.
Yeah, give us more reaction.
This is your 5th convention, is that right?
Yes.
And how does this one compare with the other ones?
This is fantastic. Even the hurricane, it just brings everybody sort of together. I thought I'd do a hurricane party tomorrow.
What do you think of the event so far tonight?
This is amazing. Tropicana Field has turned into a beautiful, beautiful place for this party.
What's with the costumes?
We're here celebrating Tampa. We're all of the crews of Gasparilla.
You know how much it costs for a pirate to get a hearing?
How much?
A buccaneer.
Oh! Well, in a room full of VIPs, I think I scored the biggest VIP, figuratively and literally. Very tall man. The former mayor of St. Petersburg, Mayor Rick Baker, is here standing next to me. All right, so give our viewers kind of the inside scoop. If they're here in Tampa Bay, whether it's Tampa, St. Pete, wherever they are for the next few days, what should they do?
Well, I have a bias, of course, is downtown St. Petersburg has become the most vibrant downtown in the state of Florida.
Go to the beach, have fun, Ybor, Channel Side.
Good cigars,
great party.
I think this week is the perfect week to just indulge, enjoy yourself.
Not the next great city, it is the great city.
What she said. Well, this has been great, but there's more to see in St. Pete, so it's on to the next stop. Can you give me a big old Texas goodbye? Yahoo! Yahoo! To paraphrase the great American poet R. Kelly, after the welcome party, it's the after party. And we've made it here to Cassis in downtown St. Pete. Let's mingle. Well, this is pretty cool. I found some international visitors here for the convention and all the events. This is Lucia from Slovakia and Sarah, not Sarah, don't call her Sarah, from London. This is Ty from the Bahamas. This is Daryl from Suriname. Are you schmoozing? Are you familiar with the term schmoozing?
Not really.
You're pretty much an expert all things Tampa Bay.
Absolutely, and this is a great region, and we are doing some great things here.
I think Tampa has really been showcased by this convention in a way that's really rare for any city. You've got the national media focus on Tampa and St. Pete, two amazing, vibrant cities.
Tampa's going to be highlighted. It's going to be a good time.
Top 3 coolest things about Tampa Bay. No thinking, just go.
Cheetah on Busch Gardens,
We have wonderful art museums.
and just chilling at Clearwater Beach, right at Shepherd's.
All right, Ronnie and I are going to hit up Ybor City, go to a museum, have a drink, see a Rays game, all before dawn.
Tonight.
Well, day 1 is in the books. Great day, but I am exhausted. I'm going home, going to sleep. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey, ladies. How you doing? I wanted to go home. I did, Frank. I had every intention of going home, but how could I?
You went home kicking and screaming.
I did. Look, the ladies needed some company. They were sitting by themselves. You can't let ladies sit by themselves.
I think he's faking the exhaustion. I think he's fine. I think he's completely
Let's do
fine.
it. Is it nighttime yet? Let's go. Day 2.
You ready to go again?
Of course.
Yeah.
So, would you see any weird outfits or anything unusual out there?
Yeah,
I mean,
at the Trop, there was a lot of costumes. People dressed up as pirates.
Costumes.
People dressed up, and all there was people wearing kilts. It was pretty insane. Yeah, and I was gonna wear my kilt. It's such a good thing I didn't, because that would have been awkward.
Do you have one?
Maybe. No, I don't
I
actually.
confess to
Do you have one, Frank?
My name's Robertson. Of course I do.
Nice.
Actually, Frank does have a kilt.
Really?
Yes, he does.
I'm not wearing it now.
Day 2. Tomorrow. Stay tuned tomorrow. Frank wears a kilt.
All right.
So, what have you got planned for tonight? We're going to send you out in the nightlife tonight?
We're going out
What are you
again.
doing?
I'm gonna go home, take a power nap, and then be out till the wee hours.
Oh my God,
Yeah, good times.
it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
We are looking forward to seeing what you're going to do every night, because
right.
that's where the headlines don't get made, but you're going to bring it to us.
Exactly.
All
So
right.
I'll see you guys tomorrow morning.
Good
All
job,
right,
Dave.
Dave.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
We have another member of our team we want to talk to you about as we leave Dave here and his fun activity. We have somebody else coming up who's had a really fun job shooting for us and is going to be presenting things all this week. We would say he's the smallest member of our team, except that we'd be lying.
No, he's going to make a huge entrance, and you'll see what I mean in a second here. He was a big-time college football player. He was in the restaurant business. And then,
He told me he ran a coffee shop, too.
yeah, he's done a lot of stuff. But then he
Love the
became,
coffee.
through a quirk of circumstances, moves to Orlando and becomes a stuntman. And now he's a full-time actor and works a lot. He'll tell us more
Been in
about that.
A lot
Please.
of movie
Lot of movies,
roles,
movie
but he's here with us this week.
And his name is Jeff Chase. Jeff, come on out. Yeah, see what I mean? A huge entrance.
Let me just give you a sense of proportion.
Oh, no.
Hey, woo! That's how big he is. Jeff, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I explained that that you moved to Orlando, what, late 90s?
98, yeah.
98,
The state
okay.
was on fire.
Yes, driving
Down I-4 and fire on both sides of the road. And
Right.
my son was 6 weeks old, and my wife next to me said, "What are we doing?" But it all turned out all right, I guess.
Yeah, and you started doing the stunt thing at Disney, right?
Yeah. Back in the beginning of 2000 is when I got involved in that, and then it just turned into pretty good acting career right now. So
Yeah.
hopefully it keeps going, and I'm enjoying myself and having a great time, and get to do stuff like this, you know.
And Jeff, tell us some of the movie roles and TV roles that people would recognize.
Maybe The Mechanic with Jason Statham. I had a lead role in that. I was a guest star on Dexter, The Rundown.
Got killed on Dexter.
Yes, I did. I did.
I'm glad to have you
Spoiler
back.
alert.
Yes. Thank you. Transporter 2, Mission Impossible 3. You know, there's been a lot. Don't really like listing my resume, kind of.
That's okay. Brag a little on yourself. You've done a lot of work.
I'm
so.
enjoying myself. That's to be able to do something where you just absolutely enjoy yourself is a gift. So
but you're not a Hollywood guy. You choose to live in Central Florida.
No, not at all. I'm not a real big Hollywood fan. I love Florida. Florida's a great state to live in, easy state to live in. So happy to be here and don't think I'll ever leave. You know, production is everywhere now. You know, it's not just in LA. It's in a lot of the right to work states, and that's what makes it great. So hop on a plane, go to Louisiana, North Carolina, Florida.
Florida.
Yeah.
What is the market in Florida now? The movie industry, the TV industry, there's more production coming here. Is there more work economically? Is this booming?
Yeah, I mean, we always have, 2 or 3 TV shows going on in Miami. And of course, films here in Tampa. I've done the Punisher here in Tampa and a few commercials. So there's always production in Florida, and movies in Miami. So in this area.
It's more cost effective, as you pointed out.
Yes.
And in fact, the state has incentives, tax incentives for
Yes,
filmmakers who
yes,
come
they
in
do.
here, right?
Yeah, and they're always, trying to push for more, and I'm always like, let's go get some more. But it's what brings the work here. It really does, and it creates a lot of jobs, and I love it. I love to be able to, work here where I live, so instead of traveling all the time.
And the climate is great for it, and the geography or topography is great
Yeah,
for it, right?
yeah,
You can get anything you want.
Absolutely, you really can.
There's no covered mountains we don't have. But
Yeah, but I
That's
mean,
about it, though.
they do a good job, and they definitely have the facilities, the studios, and the crew, and things like that. So come make movies here.
Great. Okay, so you are going to be showing us this week some of the best things to do in Tampa Bay.
The top
right?
10,
The top
right?
10. Tampa
Yeah.
Bay's top 10.
Yeah, I got to say, you guys get to sit in the nice studio and everything, and I got to go out and do the real hard work, and I'm out there, busting my butt, and but I was happy to do it. It was tough, so we can talk about it.
So what's the Cuban
what's the
sandwich
first
was your first
Yes,
adventure?
yes.
Okay.
We went to the Ybor City, went to Columbia Restaurant, and we made some Cuban sandwiches, and it was pretty interesting. We had some fun, so maybe we can watch that.
Let's take a look.
Let's take a look.
A meal visitors must try is a world-famous Cuban sandwich. In order to get the most traditional Cuban sandwich, you got to come to the Columbia restaurant. Now I'm here with Oscar, and we're going to go step by step to make one of these Cuban sandwiches. And the best part about it, when we're done with them, we're going to get to eat them. Now this is traditional Cuban bread.
Yes.
All right, made fresh every day. Do you guys bake it here or?
We have a bakery that bring us every day.
Every day, fresh.
Yeah, for 80 years already.
80 years.
Yes.
Wow.
So we cut the bread like this, and then
Nice.
when it's like cut it like that,
Right.
we cut it 9.
Oh, we're going to measure it.
Yeah,
There's
9
math
inches.
involved. Remember, 9 inches.
Ham,
Ham,
pork,
sliced
salami,
pork, salami,
Canova, and
Swiss cheese, and pickles. Dill pickles or sweet pickles?
no, that.
Dill. Good, good. They're my
So we're gonna start putting the.
What is that used for over there?
What happened?
No.
You ate it. You got me. You got me.
okay.
Okay. We're gonna start putting the pork.
Take the ham.
The ham.
The ham. And you lay it out there.
Lay it out. Yep.
Nice and nice.
The whole bread.
Now this is ham that you bake here every day,
We bake it every day
right?
with a special place that we do. Pork.
Pork.
Let's go with the pork.
And you guys cook the pork here also?
We cook the pork
loin?
and we marinate it.
Yeah?
We do everything here.
2, 3, 4, and that one's
more
for you.
for me. Okay.
Okay.
Next,
Swiss cheese.
Swiss cheese.
Swiss cheese.
Put it right
this
here.
one with the hole in it where you can kind of see through. Okay.
And now the
Pickles, 2 pickles, only 2 pickles.
Only 2 pickles.
Get it all right on there. Just slather it on. I love mustard. Okay. So yeah, don't be shy. Put a lot
Yeah.
on there. Put it on the top.
and now is the Cuban sandwich.
Now, Cuban
Now,
sandwich.
but then the next step is to press.
Press it.
Exactly.
So just like.
No.
Oh, put it
Not
in
like
there.
that.
Okay.
I got
magic of TV.
Okay.
Oh, and look how they cut them. Okay. How's mine? That okay? And there you have it. Wow, Oscar, thank you very much. That was amazing.
It was my pleasure to help
Yes.
you, and
Now-
hope you enjoy it.
Now I'm gonna taste this sandwich
Okay,
because I
taste it.
cannot stand here that long. And you go from the little end or the big end?
Or whatever you
It
want.
doesn't matter. I'm
Yeah,
going
it
for the
doesn't
big
matter.
end.
How is it?
Oh man, that's fantastic. Right here at the Columbia Restaurant, the most traditional Cuban in town, world famous. I tell you that was
Like
that
that,
was
huh?
fun.
That's a
Oh, it was
great
great.
sandwich. You know,
That Oscar was fun to work with. He was just having a great time, and saw me steal the pickle from him. He liked that.
You know, there was a big thing recently
Oh, there was
where
a Cuban
big
fan-
challenge between the Tampa Bay Cuban, the Ybor Cuban, and the
Miami.
Miami Cuban. Everybody was claiming they were the original one.
Yeah, but
the
old-time
best one?
Tampa people tell me that the Cuban is a Tampa
Right.
invention.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I tasted it. That's the best one.
Yeah.
So I say, let's go with that one.
The Columbia, founded in 1905, and the Gonsmark family still running it all these years later. Pretty incredible.
And what a great history. You know, my mother grew up in Plant City, Lakeland area, and she and her girlfriends, years and years ago, said the big deal was to come to Tampa, go to the Columbia, have a Cuban sandwich, some of that great bread, garbanzo bean soup. I mean, it's legendary in this area, and you got the best Cuban, I think.
I did, and I got to make it, and it was really fun. That the entire area there, Ybor City and Columbia Restaurant, is just such a big operation. And you walk in, it feels like family, and they make you feel really welcome. So being in that kitchen and meeting everybody was just a great time. We had a lot of fun doing
I thought
that.
for a minute there you were actually going to try to press the Cuban yourself, like put your
would,
entire body weight of Jeff Chase on that sandwich.
And nobody would have eaten it.
Well, we also know Ybor City, Tampa, as Cigar City.
Yes.
So you can't pass on at least going to see, even if you're not a cigar smoker, the process of how they're rolled and everything is fascinating.
I'll tell you, I learned so much just going there. We got to watch a gentleman who's 89 years old and been rolling cigars since he was 14. And it was an absolute experience, and watching what it takes to roll the cigars. And we kept saying, oh, this one, we should try this one. It was great, but you're going to like this one. This is really fun.
One thing unique to Tampa Bay's culture is historic Ybor City cigars. Let's go see how they're made. Ybor City was once considered the cigar capital of the world. It produced over 500 million cigars annually. That's right, I said 500 million. And I'm sure that Antonio had a big part in all that.
Now that's a good cigar.
Yes or no? Now, Jeff, you told us that this guy was so fascinating. You stayed later and just continued talking to him about his life. What was so fascinating?
Well, I really don't know a lot of it because he was speaking Spanish and I don't speak Spanish. So I had JP just talk to him because he had stories and he just wanted to talk, and it was just, you know, you could just see the passion. And watching him work, it's hard to tell on that. Watching him work and the way, everything that it takes to make a cigar, all the different types of leaves and what the wrappers are. And at one point, he's messing with the leaves, and I see him, and I don't know what he's cutting a little piece off, and it turns out he's looking for what he has on the table to patch, and it has to do with the color. The color has to match. And, you know, he's 89 years old, still sharp as a tack, and it was a pleasure. Now we'll talk about my debut as a flamenco dancer.
No way.
Now this
You look
this
light on your
was
feet.
I think I got tricked into this one, like a lot of other things that we're going to see later on in the week. But we got to meet the flamenco dancers.
Now, is this also
Back
at the
at the Columbia?
This
Columbia?
is at the Columbia in Ybor City. It's all right there, which is an amazing thing. You can kind of plan your whole day and never leave the place. But when we went in and we saw them, I was like, wow, this is great. That's really neat. And then they said, okay, you can come on up here and dance. And I was just like, whoa, okay.
Oh my
But we had some fun, and I think you're going to get a real kick out of this. And
Okay.
If you came to the Columbia to get a Cuban sandwich, then you can also see the next attraction on our list, flamenco dancing. I'm here with Maria, who's the artistic director of dance here at the Columbia restaurant, and she is going to, believe it or not, try and teach me how to flamenco dance.
Are you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Let's do it. I'll follow you. Again. And you do a turn after. After you pass me, do a turn. Exactly.
Now, the flamenco dance, obviously, it's a traditional dance.
Yes.
And is there a story being told? What is the...
Sometimes there is, you know, flamenco is tied in with just, you know, I can tell you something in one word, and that's passion.
Yeah.
Passion with capital letters and exclamation points.
So what time does the first show start?
7 o'clock, and then we have
7
another
o'clock. So you guys
show.
get to hang out, go to the beach, chill out all day, and then come to
We
work.
have fun, we have
That's
fun.
the greatest.
Yep.
And the last one's at 9:30, and how long's the show usually last?
45 minutes. Otra vez, vámonos. Hey, uno, dos, tres, vámonos.
Experience local flavor, wonderful food, and amazing talent. In Tampa, the fun never stops.
It was like Dancing with the Stars, man. You could go on the TV circuit now.
They surprised me with that, and she was trying to teach me the, you know, what it's about, and it's a proud dance that the male is like a matador, and so all these moves, and I was trying to do them, and we had fun because everybody was laughing. But
how did the arms go? Show us, Jeff.
I think you have to, you got to do this, and then you have to spin, and you got to have the arm up here. It's kind of like you have the cape, the red cape. So.
And they have those shows on the weekends and the evenings, every night.
Twice a day, and it really is, when you're watching, a real passionate dance, and it's really good entertainment. And they're very, very, very professional. They're professional dancers, and they're really serious about what they do. So it was great. But I mean, Ybor City, and that's just the Columbia right there. Everything you just saw. There's so much to do there, which is just amazing. And I hadn't been there in a while. And it was nice to get back there and see and have a great time with the folks there. So it is. I'm going back to get a Cuban sandwich right after this.
Made me
hungry.
And all the visitors coming into town for the RNC, they've got to make a stop at Ybor. I mean, it's just so much of the Tampa culture, the Cuban, the Italian
tradition.
culture. The people who are still hand-rolling cigars after all these years.
I'll tell you, even if you don't
fabulous.
like cigars, you got to go see it. You got to go watch this guy roll a cigar.
And for the delegates, it's a stone's throw from the convention center.
Yeah,
That's not far at all.
It's a great time. You'll probably see me down there.
Dancing or no dancing?
Well, dancing, smoking cigars, and having Cuban sandwich. I'm going to do it all again.
Now listen, you're going to be here every day.
Yes.
And you're going to have top 10 things to do.
Yes.
And you're just getting started.
I'm just getting started. This was just a little teaser. We got some great things that you're going to see, and I had a great time. There's a lot of funny stuff that went on, and so hopefully we'll get ready for that and have some more fun with it.
Jeff Chase, everybody. Thanks. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you in the morning.
Thank you.
All right. Coming up next, how high tech has become such a major component of Florida's economy.